helpfuls. And to get started with this Dollar Tree project, you will need a package of these maple leaves, the 50 count or whatever count that you can find at your dollar store. Also a package of the Spanish moss, the floral moss, and these two are optional, so you do not have to purchase these. A package of the natural raffia, and also some Dollar Tree pumpkins, preferably the ones that have holes at the bottom so you'll be able to stack them once you do this DIY project. You will also need glue sticks, a glue gun, and E6000 glue. These particular pumpkins come in ivory color, orange, and also green. And they also had these pumpkins last year, so I just wanted to add more to my collection. And as I was doing the haul, I realized that they had holes on the bottom, so I would be able to easily stack them and make a topiary. So I really like any type of topiary. I think my very first DIY or fall on YouTube, I did the carvable pumpkins, and I used a skewer to stack those, and I probably need to redo that video, but I thought these would be super cute to do, and I'm finally going to edit this to show you guys. I posted this on Instagram and Facebook, and I think YouTube too. So first, you're going to make sure that your pumpkins are clean of debris, and then you're going to add your 6000 glue. I found that it was best to add the E6000 glue to the middle of the pumpkin, at the bottom of the pumpkin. So if you go on the outer edge, it will be too far out and it will ooze once you stack it. And then if you did the inner rim, it may not adhere to the top of the pumpkin that you're stacking on top of. But be sure not to add too much glue because it will ooze and you'll be able to see it, especially if it is a colored pumpkin like the orange or the green. As you're stacking your pumpkin, you want to make sure that you take your time and that it is in the place that you would like for it. So if you want all the creases of the pumpkin to line up, if you want them to be not lined up, just make sure, step away, step back from it and see if it's straight, because it really slides really easily, especially these ivory pumpkins, because they're not as flat as the other pumpkins. They're a little bit taller. So just take your time. You may have to walk back to it later as it is starting to adhere and stick, and make sure that it's straight because you don't want a crooked topiary. And here I am just showing where I'm making sure it is straight, it is aligned. Because when it sticks, it's already stuck. So also you can use epoxy glue that dries a little bit faster. And I have done that on some projects before because I already had some on hand. But you guys also recommended that in the past. So with the orange pumpkins, they're a little bit more flatter or wider, so they don't slide as easy, but you still have to watch it. This is the first time that I tried. I probably was listening to something and not paying attention, and I thought maybe it'll work this way, but I could already tell that it was not going to work that way. So it's best to add it from the bottom and add it from the middle, within the middle. Decorating with these pumpkins. They go really fast at Dollar Tree, so I don't know. I don't even think they're on the website where you can order them, but maybe you'll get lucky, and I don't like to say look, but maybe you'll find them at your Dollar Tree. And I missed out on the green ones. The ivory ones were on my wish list, so I was hunting different Dollar Trees and I did find some more, but the green ones, I couldn't find them. So I was just sorting through the leaves and by colors because I kind of wanted more yellow and green and more of the burlap pumpkin, not pumpkins, the leaves. So I should have picked up another package because when it came to do the last two pumpkins, I didn't have as many burlap leaves as I thought. And you don't get but a couple of the burlap leaves in those packages. So now I'm just going to turn my topiary down on its side so that it won't roll, and then I'm just going to start taking just a little bit of glue, and it just depends on your color palette. If you want more reds, if you want more gold, there is gold leaves in that package, more yellow, more green, it just depends, or if it doesn't matter, then just slap them on. As you're going, you want to kind of see what your pattern is, so you may sit the pumpkin topiary back up, and then you also want to make sure, you'll see later, that it will lay flat once you stand it up. Stand your pumpkin stack back up, you want to take a look at how you have your leaves arranged at the bottom. You don't want to have too many on one side and not enough on the other, or too much of one color on another side, unless you have all the same colors. So make sure that it's all symmetrical, and that also that it lays evenly. You don't want your pumpkin stack to be lopsided. Now you're going to take some of your Spanish moss or either your floral moss. It just depends on your preference. You don't have to do this step. I just wanted to add a little bit more to my pumpkin stack topiary. And you're just going to add just a little bit of glue at the bottom of your pumpkin stack. And you may want to use a toothpick or your scissors or something, so you make sure you won't burn yourself. And you're just going to press it with your fingernail underneath the pumpkin stack as tightly as you can, and then you're just going to clean up the excess so it can look a little bit more natural, and any excess glue that you may have. I like to skip around instead of just going all the way around the pumpkin, and it doesn't look as natural. So I just like to skip around some of the pieces and place them within the pumpkin. Then now I'm going to take the floral moss and just add a little bit and tuck it underneath. And now I'm just cleaning off the excess of any moss and also those strings of hot glue. That is just my pet peeve. I have to get all that glue off. It drives me crazy. Now you're going to take some of your raffia, and I just wanted to make it look like, I don't know, fall, or not fall, but like it had husk or something. So something different at the bottom. So this is optional. You do not have to do this step, and I am out of frame, but I will show you guys in 1 second. And you're just going to cut like snippets or pieces off. Really, this goes a long way. You're just going to add a little bit of glue, and you just want the raffia to just peek out from underneath the leaves. So you really don't have to make the raffia go from one end to the other end. You could just have it coming from one side. You can bend it in half. It just depends. But you also want to make sure again that it's going to lay flat and it won't be lopsided. I'm adding my last piece. I don't need a whole lot. And I hope you guys, this is just real life. I am recording this downstairs, so over voiceover. And I hope you can't hear the crickets outside. That's one thing about the South. But if I don't hear those crickets, I don't think that I would be able to sleep, because I heard them all my life. So guys, I hope you find this video helpful, and I hope you find those pumpkins. They will be in your favor at your Dollar Tree, where you can find them. All these items can be found at Dollar Tree for $7, a $7 Dollar Tree project, y'all. So thanks so much for watching. Don't forget to comment, like, and subscribe. Bye-bye.